Hello, this is Mary with Mango Math, and this is a Money Matters lesson out of our Money Matters math kit. This lesson is called Cash Machine, and it's actually a function machine, like a function machine, and it's an algebra type problem. On the information sheet that's provided in the packet will be the information on the front is the directions for the adult with objectives, supplies, teaching tips, and guided questions, as well as some math terms. And then on the next piece, on the back side will be the directions on how to play the game. You can play this game with 2 to 4 players. You could actually go more than 4 players if you want to. This activity has one student being the banker, and they'll hold the money, and then they will also have the deck of cards, and they'll be doing what the exchange rate is. The banker will give each player the start $15, 1, 5, and 5 tens to start with. On the first round, the players will be giving the banker some money, and the banker will then give an amount back, and it's up to the students to figure out what the exchange rate is, or what is the function happening, what's being done to each problem. The first round, we want each player to go have an opportunity to do this before they make any guesses. So we want the first round to just be a round where you're just inputting data and getting an output. So we're trying to figure out what's happening. So for example, on this first lesson, on the cards, getting to the cards, there's 2 different problems on the card. The first one's the A problem is a very basic problem, and the B gets a little more complex. So first time through, just start with the A problem, and then as they are getting that simple expression figured out, then go to the B problem, which is a little more difficult. So each player will provide the banker with an amount of money. So let's say the first player gives the banker a $5 bill. The banker then writes the $5, and we want each player to give a different amount, so there's a different outcome. So the banker is given the $5 bill. The banker will give that player $3 back and write the outcome as 3. Now the next player gets to go, and let's say the next player who has that $15, let's say they give a 5 and these 3 ones. And so they're putting in $8, and the banker is then going to give back $6. So that person is going to get $6 back. So the banker is always exchanging money, giving it money back and forth. Then if we're just playing with 3 people, one being the banker and 2 other players, at this point, the players get to guess what is the exchange rate, what are they doing? And they might say, I'm going to move this money over to the side. They might say, oh, you're subtracting 2 each time, which is the case. So it's going to be, yeah, it is n, or the number, minus 2. That's what that's what we're doing each time. Now, the more advanced version, erase this, gets a little bit more tricky. So we're going to start with, still keep our dollar amounts here. And this time, let's say a player puts in the $5 that they have, because they're always going to start back at that $15. And they're going to put in $5. And the banker is going to give back the 4 times 5, which is 20, minus the 1. So they are going to give back $19. So that player is going to get back $19 from the banker. So let's say the next player, because we're just dealing with 2 players, gives, let's say they give back that $8 again. So they put in $8. The banker is going to do the 8 times 4, which is 32, minus the 1, which is going to be 31. So those players, it gets a little bit more tricky for them to figure out what is the exchange rate, or what is the function that's happening to each one of those. So they might have to have more opportunities to give money and get money back before they figure out what that exchange rate is, which is 4n minus 1. So it is a game that takes thought, but it gets them to understand functions as well as exchanging money. Oftentimes, this is what happens when they're doing banking. There's fees that are attached, or there's interest that's being accrued. So there's different reasons why this is an important thing for students to understand. So enjoy.